Hello everyone, it's Albert here. I have not been posting enough videos recently, so here's one I thought you guys would enjoy. If you cast your mind back to before Christmas, then you'll remember my full 00 gauge model collection video. And you'll remember that in it I said, a video is coming showcasing the models I acquire over Christmas. And since it's been a few months since Christmas, I've actually acquired quite a few new models. But why don't I start us off with the one I forgot to mention in the first video. And it is the Sam's Trains Pumpkin Mobile. In case you didn't know, Sam's Trains is one of the most popular model train reviewers on YouTube. He's produced a lot of 3D printed trucks by now, and even a loco that you can buy. A lot of them are more novelty items, like this. But he has released some more serious products, like an industry-first, physically weathered truck. Though simple, I do like this model, and I always like to pull it out and run it with trains sometimes. And his products are better nowadays, as this one is now about 2 years old. And here's the little card that came with it. It was only this 22nd made out of 145, as you can see. And here's the engine you've all been waiting for. She's red, she's number 37, and you'll know who it is if you've been keeping track of my community posts. It's the beautiful Bachmann Rosie, which is what my parents bought me for Christmas. And the two things that she's holding are also Christmas presents. Let's start with them. This is the London South Western 4-wheeler pre-grouping 3rd class coach by Hornby, a similar tooling to the 6-car Southern variant, which I already got from Frisinghall Models and Railways. Though a lot of the hate on Hornby is justified, I can confidently recommend this. By picking it up, you can just feel the good quality in this thing, and the printing has been expertly applied. And its best feature by far is that it lights up. I love this system of coach lighting. You just bring a magnet near and the lighting's on for as long as you want. Yes, again, I definitely recommend. Next up, I'll just quickly mention, I am currently building a layout of a location on the Keighley and Worth Valley Railway, which is partially the reason why I bought this banana van. It is actually my first ever model by Rapido, and I chose it because there is one situated in Haworth. As can be seen in this video of me that's a couple years old.
It is something much more special.
I may be overstating it there. It is just a steam-heated wagon that ripens the bananas as they're being transported to the market. If you're a bit puzzled by this temporary back scene here, it is just to cover up the layout, so there's no spoilers. Oh, and it is a really good model. I especially like the design of the box and the inclusion of the little information sheet. And now, here we are with Bachmann Rosie. I think the situation with her is, for a Bachmann Thomas model, she's really good, but for a standard £100 tank engine, she's pretty bad. First of all, she is an open cab, which Thomas, Percy, Duck, etc. do not have. The face, despite the moving eyes, looks incredible, especially when compared to the old Bachmann Rosie. And speaking of Pink Rosie, this model just looks fantastic. This beautiful red livery with white lining has just turned this character from one of the worst liveries in the series to one of the best, though all the credit really goes to the show's concept artists. But the negatives quickly begin when you see her performance. This is her running at a reasonable speed on a clean track with no interference from me. Yeah, she just slows down to a crawl with every rotation of her wheels. She's run like this straight out of the box, and after I run her in, she's still performing pretty bad. Not to mention the absolutely abhorrent Bachmann Thomas packaging. It is so terrible. Whose bright idea was it to package this expensive scale model like some Thomas take-along toy? I could keep going on about it, just Bachmann, please change. We all hate it. Please, no one will miss the packaging. Change it. Oh, and yeah, did you notice? It's broken! Luckily, the pin was still in the box, so I just put it back in and thought everything will be fine. Until I lost it. Spent half an hour looking for it in the carpet and found it again, put it in, and then I lost it again. This time, for good! But no bother. So, there you go, that's the mechanism situation right now. And Bachmann is of course repeating another one of their habits. Instead of making a proper glazed element, they just put this horrible grey cover here. At least it's not as bad as what Daisy's got going on. Also, I don't like the step, there are no windows in the windows, and the whistle is just completely moulded on, and quite badly too. One more item, quickly, I'll just mention it, and then we get onto some more good stuff. It's just a green Mark I full luggage coach. If you're familiar with the Keighley and Worth Valley Railway, you'll know exactly where I'm modelling. Next up, I just want to give another thanks to the people at Frizinghall Models and Railways, because when I was going to buy this truck, they were actually able to find me a cheaper second-hand one in the Mac. Quality model from Bachmann, by the way. I love the fabric cover. Is that everything? Yeah. Okay, I think I'll move on to the next loco now. Yeah, I haven't mentioned it yet, but I went to the Doncaster Model Railway show last month. And when you're at a show as big as Donny, you do buy something from one of the many stalls. I was very happy to see that West Hill Wagon Works were at the show, because I knew exactly what I wanted to buy. A pack of scale head code lamps with crystals inside so they reflect the light. Stay tuned to see them in use.
Say good job, job. Say
Good job. As you can see here, we have 3 Hornby 1400 classes. One is a bit more expensive than the others. But I went for the Great Western Railway liveried one. I'm not a big fan of the Great Western British Railways lined green. And here she is with Polly and Bahamas on the way back home. Now I can finally recreate some scenes from the Titfield Thunderbolt, or anything with Oliver in. Honestly, I really do like this loco. £35 is a bargain for it. However, I try to use it sparingly, as I hear the motor is liable to burning out. And yeah, that's one of the lamps I was talking about. Honestly, I gotta say, the tiny bag with the crystals in was very badly attached. Half of them have just ended up in the carpet. But once they've been painted and fitted, yeah, it looks great. And now, it's the model from the thumbnail that you have all been waiting for. My very own Class 144 Pacer. At the end of February, I believe, I was scrolling through the Rails of Sheffield Bargains page and I saw that this was £100 off its original price, that being its ludicrous £250 RRP. And since I've last checked, they've gone from £100 off to half off, so if you want a 144 Pacer, now's your time to get one. But anyway, I think £150 is a great price for what you get. And speaking of what you get, let's have a little look at the model itself. As I'll hopefully be making a dedicated review, I will just keep this short. For starters, I think the exterior detailing is basically immaculate. I think especially the riveting has been very well moulded. Comparing it to the real-life resident of the Worth Valley Railway, 011, you can tell that it is basically the same. Though I should note that the markers painted on the sides of the headlamps are technically anachronistic for this livery. There is, of course, directional lighting, and I particularly love the destination boards. One end reading Leeds, the other reading Skipton, both at opposite ends of the Airedale line, and stations I am very familiar with. Though I'm really happy with the lighting, it does highlight how bad the interior is. The floor is too high and the seats are unpainted. However, the roof has been given a very realistic, slightly glossy finish. As for the mechanism and how accurate it really is to the prototype, I'll continue this in the review. And I'll just leave you with this, my newest piece of rolling stock, an Elmes goods coach.